All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is Monday, July 17th. We've still got stocks trading around highs. We got a little bit of a sell signal Friday we were worried about, and then that was all quickly negated today with some really positive price action. So let's get right into the market outlook here. I'm going to share my screen. Let's chat about what's going on a little bit. So, no surprise. Here's the S&P 500. We've been in this breakout mode since the end of May, beginning of June. And it was looking like stocks were going to slow down Friday. As we can see, we pulled back a couple weeks ago to the 21-day moving average, then absolutely just rocket launched higher. And then, just some frothy signs Friday. So we saw momentum slowing. We saw the Qs kind of put in a blow off top. And then, we saw NVIDIA, which has been kind of like, the pulse of the market. It finally gave a blow off top. It gave another breakout. And it gave a great 3-day move, extended, and then sharply reversed on heavy volume. So we came into this week wondering, should we take our foot off the gas? Is this the end of the run? Are we ready for a pullback? And, we're not. The action we saw today was very constructive, very positive. As we can see, NVIDIA just gobbled up that sell signal and just went sideways for a day. Let's look at the small caps. These have been really leading the market. This has been a great indicator for the past month or so, since they began this move where they broke out this mini base down here, beginning of June. Same time as the broad market broke out, same time as S&P broke out, same time as the NASDAQ broke out. This broke out its mini bottom base, as we see it in this big macro pattern. And, it's quickly marched to the top end of the range. So remember I was saying Friday, it looked like we got that sell signal. So that this red candle right here at major resistance, that could be a sign to, chill on the risk. We might be ready for a week of consolidation. And then what happens? We come in and the buyers just, act very strong. They want this momentum to continue. Everything's looking good. You can't, from a price action standpoint, there's not really much you could say. There's that other than, we're still in this momentum trend. Things are looking good. And you just kind of got to ride this wave of momentum. We've got the Fed, not this Wednesday, but the next Wednesday, that they could always throw, a screwdriver into what's going on. And then we've got this earnings season coming up. Those are the two biggest drivers of news right now. So right now, largely waiting around earnings, but that's really it. Today proved that this market's still very strong. That's all the information we got out today. There's great action among the momentum names. I got a list here of names we'll go over. But Bennett, anything you want to get into? Anything you want to say market-wise?
Of course.
Share my screen.
I switched over. I think the one interesting thing is, again, tech has been leading, Qs have been leading. NASDAQ has been obviously the leader in this market lately. So it's been a little bit of a surprise that industrial was the first major sector to retest, those 2022 all-time highs. Right in the beginning of 2022, the markets were at highs. Everyone thought we were going to have an amazing year. And we had that very difficult, entire bear market year of 2022. And a year and a half later, industrials have been, the first to retest that prior high, which is a great sign to see for the broad markets along with the sectors. So, you have tech very close, in second place, you could say, to retest that prior all-time high. So as you start to see these, these sectors start to retest those prior highs, you start to see the other sectors as well. And again, the broader markets are kind of doing the same thing as well. We're just in this very, strong breakout stage. I have this little line highlighted here. The market kind of stalled out a little bit, last week and today at this, 450 area. And we can see back in, this was, mid 2022, this little pivot high area where the market was kind of selling off into. So not too surprising. We're seeing a little resistance here, but again, just very strong, very strong breakout stage. Things look very good. There's really no weak sectors. Pretty much all the sectors that are breaking out or consolidating for, a breakout move higher. Even last week, I was trying to avoid the healthcare names. Where are they? And they just kind of snapped back. End of last week, they were Hing over. And it looked like we're going to see, a closer move into the area of support of this wedge the healthcare names have been in. Kind of shook out, snap right back into that little range. So there's really no weak sectors as of late. So it just seems like we're having, the good news is going to hopefully continue to kind of propel us higher. And even with the Fed next week, it seems like, what Powell's been saying, he hasn't really been trying to do anything to really scare the market or, kind of change gears from what he's been saying. So hopefully it's, either a non-event or just somewhat of a positive event when he does report. Moving on a couple top ideas, just while I have the screen shared. A couple I'm still in this Visa. It's keeping that stop first at 236. This was that prior resistance area going back, for almost a year and a half. And that area started to hold a support. So just respecting the stop versus that, prior break area that's turning into support. Got into that Churchill Downs today from the shakedown. Again, just a little sell today, nothing too crazy. And then I got into the CMCSA through this 42 today. Again, nothing too crazy, very tight, 50 cents risk. We had a little breakout last week, not really much momentum, kind of pulled back in, then just kind of turned right back around. So got back into that. Few orders in the system. So looking at keeping a close eye on this DOX through this 98. Again, looks like there might be, a shakeout move lower tomorrow, given that, today's close and Friday's close, which is completely fine. Maybe we find like a support buyback in this instead of having to buy 98. And lastly, this FIS, similar with that DOX, again, trying to buy through 60. And this little flag here, earnings are until the beginning of August, but again, it's not ready yet. Needs a little bit, needs to consolidate some more. So those are, a couple names on the radar. Again, the CMG went today. I missed it through this 2100. Closed great. Definitely can, if anyone did take it, definitely can up that stop versus 2060. Risking $40 in Chipotle. That's really it on my end. So I'll pass it back to you, Sheikh. You want to go over any of your top ideas?
For sure.
Floor is yours.
Do you remember the name Mobileye?
Yes.
Israeli IPO for self-driving cars.
Mhm.
I kind of forgot about the name. I was looking at it. Check this monthly chart. This is a thing of beauty right here. This is one of the best monthly charts I've seen. This thing looks like it's gonna fucking explode once it crosses this 46.
Mhm.
Little inside month and up. Definitely want to keep a really close eye on that one. This one's trading really well. The theme of self-driving, things like that. I guess that would get wrapped into artificial intelligence theme, which gets the 10% boost just for saying that.
Mhm.
This net is ready to explode today. You probably have to rebuy it today. What was so tough about today coming in a lot of these names is you look at the Friday action, it gave a nice little setup to get involved, then it closed awfully down here, and then buyers came right back. I feel like we've seen this a decent amount on the Friday sell-offs.
Mhm.
The market comes in Monday like nothing happened at all. And it's like when you're charting over the weekend, it's like you're looking at all these charts that have these major like kind of reversals end of day, they look like the run could be ending soon. But then you come in Monday, it's just business as usual. So maybe that's something we want to take note. It's like Fridays have kind of notoriously become trend days where once a trend is picked, it kind of goes in that direction. Like, for example, if we get bid up on a Friday, the last like 8 Fridays before this one, we've closed at highs. This Friday was the first time the trend day got reversed. So that's why it was like a major sell signal for people who are charting often, because it's like, oh, we haven't seen this action on Friday in a while. Really, it's just bull market tendencies right now. People want to take some more risk off the weekend. People are maybe day trading, short-term traders, whatever. So those are the ones who are selling off Friday, and then Monday, right back to business. So it puts greater emphasis on weekly charts right now than daily charts. For example, this net, the reason I stayed with it, or still even though it closed like shit Friday, put in a great candle for the week. So just keep that in mind. This Roblox is still a little bit. I got out some Friday. It hurt to give this back. I had a big position here. This 42. What I should have done, because I want to take some off for the weekend. It opened really strong Friday, made this kind of push towards 45, and immediately failed on decent volume and just pushed lower all day. And it forced me, instead of covering 45 for like 2-to-1 risk reward, I was getting out of some break even end of day just to de-risk for the weekend. And now it's back, looks better than ever. Looks like it's going to absolutely explode. Big mistake on my end that ends up being. So, the lesson there, if I'm going to be heavy and I'm looking to take off some before Friday, can't be greedy with that little play. But some other ones is IoT. This is probably my favorite name right now, the favorite setup. We see, all right, so we originally bought this on this earnings gap up, and it continued to rage, gave a great move. But if we look at the weekly, it's just got such a beautiful cup and handle on the weekly. You look at this pattern working itself out, and now it's like, getting this entry with the right stop is tricky. So right now it looks like we can buy, what is this 29 area with a stop below this, like 26.50. It's not the tightest risk reward in a $20 name. It's still 10% risk, but in the reality of the situation, name's up 5.5% today. Name does 5-10% every day. So it's not the craziest thing if it breaks out. Just still a difficult entry. Kind of name, just volume will drop off, and it's just like, it's just the volume goes completely missing, and it's like, what the hell? This name was just so strong 10 minutes ago that it's just like diving on crap volume. So keep an eye on that one tomorrow. That's one I definitely like. The CFLT is one of these tech names that's just like pumping higher. Look at what it did all May. Just literally went straight up. Still has this wide pattern, but I'm thinking you could trade this for a momentum little breakout through that 38 area, just against that 36. See if you can get a move higher there. This GGAL, another one of these financial names. Look at this fucking just insane move. 12 to 18 bucks, 50% move. And now it's just sitting, trying to get tight in a flag. And if we can break this 18 area again, it looks like it's got another move like that in it. So those are the main ones I'm looking at. There's a bunch of these names that look so good. This MNDY, I missed it coming off support here. Very much regret missing that one. Now it looks like it's gonna break the little base here, and who knows where it goes from there. So the lesson is, you got good stock, hold it in this market. Don't change your game plan for a little daily fluctuation if the weekly chart looks right. That's the one piece of advice I'd recommend. But hey, we'll see. We got earnings coming up. Huge earnings season. That's really it. Summer trading, but this has been a great summer. So, any last things?
I think the one thing, hold on, one second. So you mentioned the weekly charts before, and they're just in the Dow 30 names, just very nice. Let me see if I can pull a chart really quick. Just very nice, weekly flag forming in, and where is, oh, here we go. Just very, again, we have the weekly chart up here, very nice weekly flag here forming, almost a month here in this, very tight range. The Dow 30, again, 30 biggest companies in the country, kind of flagging up here. So just kind of keep an eye on those names. Like I scan through them every day. Just keep an eye on those Dow 30 names. Just seeing this, very nice textbook flag here in the middle of this range that eventually move back to 37,000 in the Dow Jones and 370 in the DIA. So just keep an eye on these names. Other than that,
the one thing that has me worried is just like such a dartboard market. Everything's going up. Everything's going up. That's the only thing that has me scared. Is everything is going up. It's not like a stock selector's market anymore. It's
like everything.
Give anything enough time, it's gonna matriculate to the upside.
Yeah. Let me see if there's any last ones. And that Roblox was super dirty. Even to the little shakeout at 42 area was just brutal. We got this S.
Good.
Yeah, we got this SO. Again, keeping on the 72 base break area. Again, today closed horribly. So, probably going to head closer to support in this range, but keeping on that. TTG, again, very Mickey Mouse flag here. Almost reminds me of NVIDIA before that last little kind of blow up top run where, very tight up here. It's, gone on a very impressive run here. And we talked even last week, like as the name or stock or sector or market trades higher, those consolidation periods get smaller and smaller as people just try to climb in, towards the end of the move. But doesn't mean you can't take advantage of that on that, very tight defined risk. So if you're buying this TDG through, 897 or let's call it 900, and you're giving it versus, 880 or risking, $20, $900 name, who's to say this can't, have that last little push up to say, 960 or up to 1,000, and you get those little, blow off toppy type moves. So a couple names on the radar. Again, just keeping things very simple. A few orders in, a couple stops working or swings working. So they'll be taking advantage of summer trading as much as we can in this breakout market. Yeah. So that's really it on my end.
All right, that's all we got. As always, give us a like, subscribe, any questions you got, any charts for us to go over. Other than that, catch you guys next week.